Namaste, everyone. Good morning. Buenos dias. I hope everyone had a good night's sleep and is ready for this Wednesday. Find yourself in a nice, comfortable seat, wherever that may be, maybe even in a chair for a moment, just finding a comfortable seat. And then letting your eyes either take a soft gaze out in front, low, or letting them close completely. And without changing it, beginning to pay attention to the breath. Just letting the breath flow in and out. And then notice, where is the breath in the chest, in the belly? Where do you find the breath in the ribs? Feel the breath coming into the nostrils a little cooler than the breath warming coming out of the nostrils. And then think about the breath, taking in oxygen, carbon, taking out carbon dioxide, powering the body. Think about all of the cells with oxygen exchange, receiving what they need. So being in this physical structure of a body for a moment, really noticing your body, your legs, your hips, your belly, your shoulders, your arms, your neck, your jaw, your face. Just noticing the body, this physical structure that carries us. And then paying attention to your thoughts for a moment. Memories, the past, or projecting memories into the future. Manas, our recording faculty. Just ponder the mind. And then for a moment, the mind field, consciousness itself. That space where our thoughts reside, chit. And then letting yourself go into the deepest of levels, into the spirit, the soul. Breathing, nourishing all of the bodies that you carry around with you, through you. The subtle body, the gross body, and the causal body. So with those three bodies in the mind, letting the mind carry that thought. Bringing your hands into the heart, Anjali. I'm going to chant the prayer, Asato Ma. If you know it, please chant along with me. And the prayer in Sanskrit means, from the unreal, lead us to the real. From darkness, lead us to light. And from death, lead us to immortality. So just pondering those thoughts for a moment. And if you know the chant, sing it with me. I'll end it with the Shanti Pad. Om Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityo Ma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace. Letting your eyes flutter open and let your hands drop down to your legs for a moment. And then begin to do some circles. So thinking for a moment while we're circling about what I said, These three bodies that exist in our self. Our physical body, the gross body made up of our meat and bones and water and earth and all of the constructs of the five elements go in the other direction. Our subtle body, our energetic body, made up of the samskaras, the desires, the wants, the things that we hold in our mind, go back in the other direction. And the causal body that came into existence once and continues to hold the vessel for you in that cosmic space of Purush and Prakriti. So bringing the arms up overhead. Good, just taking a moment, thinking about, I am not the body, and yet you are. I am not the mind, and yet you are. I am the soul. I am that. Hum sa. Hum sa. So as we inhale, let's lift up with a hum, and exhale, hands behind, sa. Inhale up, hum. Exhale back, sa. Lengthen the breath. Inhale up slowly, hum. Exhale back, sa. Hum, sa. One more. Hum, sa. And then just release the arms and shake them out. Good. So let's take a little twist over to the right side. Keep looking out toward me for a moment so that you're making sure that you're using your sternum and not just how far your head can go to determine your twist. So your sternum is to one side, your belly button is still front and center. Nose and belly button are in the same plane, and your chest has moved out to the right. Good, release. And then let's move out to the left. Keep looking at me, keep your belly button and your chin, nose lined up, and just take the chest out as far as it can go comfortably. Keep your sit bones firmly on the floor. Don't let your bottom lift on either side. And come back. Good. One more time. Arms up overhead. This time, put the hands together, palms together, bend the thumbs, take them in close to the spine. If you can touch the thumbs to the spine, wonderful. Take your ears and squeeze them a little bit toward, take your arms and squeeze them a little bit towards your head, your ears. Squeeze for a moment. Good. And then begin to hold the arms, the elbows where they are, and raise the arms as slowly as you can. And then we're going to take them all the way over, just to shoulder height. Good. Set the shoulders back and down. And we're going to come up really slowly. Keep them together. See what happens here. See if you can wing out the elbows a little. Bring them back in and reaching down. Good. And then release the arms completely. Great. Okay, let's lean back a little. Just lean back a little. Squeeze your knees. Good. Tap one toe and then the other on the floor, just activating the ankles, the shins, the calves. Press each time you go. Good. And then just place your feet firmly on the floor. You may want to scoot yourself back a little bit, so just get a nice, comfortable spot for a moment, wherever it's comfortable. Good. And then bring your left leg out to the side. Just bring the left leg out to the side. Wherever it goes to is great. Just let it go out to the side for a moment. The right leg is just where it was. Good. And then push in to that left sit bone for a moment and take yourself into a twist over toward the right. Good. Go ahead and take up your left arm. Hook it outside the right knee. Good. Continue to look at me. Try to keep your head out of it for a moment because we'll think that our twist is deeper than it is by our head. And now let your head add. Inhale, arc the chin over, head to the other shoulder. And on your next inhale, arc the chin back. Good. And one last little resistance, elbow to knee, knee to elbow, and then release on an exhale. Good. Draw this leg back up. Good. And then fold down the other leg. If you want a pillow or a blanket or anything under that leg, if it's not on the floor, support it. And this leg is up. Knee is right smack in front of your hip socket. You're up on your sit bones. You're up on both of your sit bones. Good. Just relaxing the right leg. And then we're going to inhale and begin our twist out toward the left. Good. Good. Keep your chin out looking this way initially. And then go ahead and raise up the right arm and hook the elbow outside the knee just a little bit. Let that be a fulcrum that helps you open your chest a little bit more to the left. On your next inhale, arc over. Next inhale, arc back. A little bit more of resistance, elbow to knee, knee to elbow, push them both into each other. Good, and then release. Take the soles of the feet together. And just notice how you feel in the chest, in the body. Draw the belly back to the spine. Keep your breath in this area of the body. Keep pulling down into the lower part of the diaphragm, doing bucket handle breathing. But belly is engaged, pelvic floor is lifted, not just letting gravity take you down to the floor. Good. And then drawing in your left heel, right leg back in internal rotation. And that can just let you come a little bit over, that's fine. So take it back for a minute and roll it over. So you're rolling over the left sit bone. Take it back for a minute, let the leg come up and roll it over and back up and roll it over. That sensation you feel right there in your right groin, that is the psoas and the pectineus, just saying good morning. Good, so just leaning for a moment. And then without forcing it, not putting weight all at once, I want you just to come up and see how close your right sit bone is to the ground. No judging, just sitting up as much as you can. And just notice, maybe mine's like a centimeter or maybe a half a centimeter. Oh, maybe mine's 2 inches off the ground. Just notice where it is. Notice the pelvic basket, because that's showing you the tightness of your psoas and the pectoral. Good, and mostly psoas. Roll back over. Good, and bring that leg back around. Take the other leg. So go ahead and bring the right heel into the groin. Left leg back behind you. You just lean over for a minute. Just feel it. Good. And then lean a little bit more. And then come back. See how it feels. A little bit more. May feel very different than the other side. And come back. This is my hip that's wonky. And so I can feel it not only in my psoas, but also in my QL. Because those are the two things that are often fighting for my pelvic basket. Okay, just feeling as you come over and as you come back. One more time. Come on over. Feel that little stretch right there in the left groin. And then come back. Good. And then let's go ahead and go to all fours. Okay. First, let's start really wide-legged. And take your toes together in the back, your heels out to the side, knees are out to the side. Take your sit bones back to your heels, get that relationship looking forward. Just looking forward, pull up the pelvic floor, pull in the belly, breathe in the chest. Hands are firmly placed. Good. Lift the pelvic floor. Great, and then come up a little, bring your knees back in alignment, and then find your table pose. So just finding table. Good. So make sure that you have really big hands. Why? Because the hands are holding about half of your body weight. Hopefully there's a little bit more in the legs and the feet, but it's still a lot of pressure on the wrist. So big hands, spread it. If you had I couldn't see the inside of your palm. It would be like a gecko at the aquarium where you don't see the inside. Everything else is splattered on the wall, okay? So nice and firm, big hands, maybe a right angle between your index finger and your thumb. So we're going to use several breaths. We're going to take an inhale and then exhale. Begin to draw the belly up toward the ceiling, tailbone toward the floor, curl the chin into the chest, get really round. Continue to breathe, round, breathe into the back body, breathe into the space between the shoulder blades. And then on your next inhale, come back into neutral. Good. And then we're going to use our exhale to curl the tailbone to the back of the head toward the tailbone, press into the floor. And as you inhale, just see where the breath goes. Try to get it around your heart. Think about the front of the body, back is compressed. Belly is in, even though it's down. Pelvic floor is engaged. And then let's follow our breath for 4 cat poses, Vidalasana. Exhaling, press the floor away. Inhaling, gazing up. Look through your eyebrows. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Press the floor in both directions. Don't let your shoulders slump. Good. And then find neutral. Let's go ahead and lift our left leg out to the side, like a little puppy, like a dog about to go at the fire hydrant. Okay, maybe we could call it fire hydrant. Good. So just lift the leg and then straighten it, bend. Straighten, bend. Straighten, bend. Straighten, bend. And release it. Good. Okay. Other side. Make sure you're all nicely balanced. Got a lot of weight in that left leg. Evenly balanced. And then lifting your right leg. Just lift it out to the side just as much as comfortable. And then straighten, bend. Straighten, bend. You can look at the leg or look at the floor. Straighten, bend. Straighten, bend. Good. And then we're going to come down onto our forearms. Just looking forward onto our forearms. And then slithering or making your way all the way down to the floor. However you get there is fine. Forearms and hands are in alignment. So the elbow crease and the wrist of your hand are front to back to each other. So don't let your arms come in or arms go out. Right smack in front of your elbow creases. Good. Breathe. And then lift your right leg as much as you can without your hands. Just lift the right leg as close to your bottom as you can get the foot, but nothing else, just the leg all by itself. No helping. Release it. Top of the foot into the floor. Press the whole of the right foot into the floor, top of the foot. And then left foot, take the heel into the bottom as close as you can get it without any hands. Keep pressing into the forearms, don't slump in the chest. And then release it. Press the top of the feet into the floor. Both feet are pressed into the floor. Heels are headed up toward the ceiling, not out to the side or toward each other. Little toe side, you can feel it on the floor. Good. Excellent. And then wing out your elbows and lay yourself down onto your ribs. Good. Make a little pillow with both hands. Rest for a moment. Let your heels rock out to either side a little bit, just a little bit. Soft feet on the floor. And then slowly re-engage. Point your toes, feet on the floor, little toe side especially. Draw in your belly, engage your pelvic floor. Good. And let's come up with our left arm holding our head, left arm. Just rest your chin in your left hand. Bend the right leg back behind you, just like you did, and then reach around and just see if you have anything of your toes, your foot, anything. And then just taking the leg where it's comfortable. Don't go past. You don't need to pull your quadriceps so forcefully. Just go to your edge, play it. Breathe. Are you breathing? Is your belly in? Is your pelvic floor engaged? Where is your breath? Should be in your chest. Good. And then release that leg. And then let's just change hands. Get situated first, just resting your chin in the right hand. And then bend your left foot, reach the left arm around to see, maybe totally different on the other side. Don't judge. Love this physical body. This is your vehicle. Babaji would say, this is the boat. The boat that's going to take you on the river of enlightenment. If you got a hole in the boat, stop and fix the boat. Good, and then let go. Excellent, and then come back onto both forearms. Curl the toes under. Press into your forearms. Roll your shoulders back and down. Take a nice inhale, and as you exhale, come off the floor. Into a little low plank. Inhale, release. 4 times. Exhale. Inhale, release. Exhale. Inhale, release. Last one. Exhale. Inhale, release. Good. Bring your hands, point the toes first. Take the toes and the feet firmly onto the floor, little toe side especially. Wing out your elbows. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Glue your elbows back by your ribs. Press into your hands. Pull your belly up. Good. And come back into a long table. So your arms are out in front. Don't move them. Just leave them out where they were. So we're going to invert. Those of us who can invert. So as we take our hips up, we're going to hang into mountain pose, often called downward facing dog. Okay. So those of you who don't invert are those who are on the first few days of their cycle, people with eye pressure problems like glaucoma. If you shouldn't invert, if you have high blood pressure and haven't taken medication or are not controlled, don't invert. If you have a super low blood pressure, and of course you haven't had breakfast yet, so don't invert. The rest of us are coming up. Those of you who are not inverting are going to go back and forth, and back and forth. Never take your shoulders past your wrist. Back and forth. And we're going up and plank and up and plank and up and plank. 2 more. Both ways. Good. Come into your plank portion of it. Good. Press the floor away. Pull the belly up. Lift the pelvic floor. Press the floor. Press, 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 press. And then walk yourself up. Again, if you don't invert, look forward. And if you can invert, release. Hasta Padasana, hand to foot pose. Let go. Good. And then both places, all the way out to the side with the arms coming up, all the way up, reaching up, and hands into Anjali. Good. Come back. Great. Okay. So find a wall, find something that you can rely on. Go to your wall. Get a chair, get something that doesn't move, it's stable enough for you. So we're going to do the same thing that we were doing with our quadricep now at the wall. And I want you to focus on your leg. So if you want to balance out in the middle of the floor, great. You can balance out in the middle of the floor. But right now we're doing the quad stretch, which to me, we're gonna focus on instead of only the balance. Ready? Tadasana. Find yourself tall. Lift your toes. Find all four corners of the foot. Drape the toes down. Not leaning forward, not leaning back, not to one side or the other. Find yourself in that happy medium spot. And then slowly, this is where you might want to take the wall with one hand lightly. Don't lean into it. And then lifting the right leg. So have the knees at the same spot for a moment. Knees are at the same spot. Leg is lifted. Your heel is close to your bottom as comfortable. If you'd like to flex the foot, it may give you a little bit more stability. You decide. And then we're going to very gently begin to hinge, hinge, hinge. And come back up. Good. Release the knee. Let's switch sides. So hold your wall. Find your Tadasana. Make sure you're nice and solid in your Tadasana. Good. And then bend the knee. Hold onto the foot. Keep the knees more or less in the same space. Flex the foot if it gives you more support. Be sure you're looking forward. Good. And then right at the top of the right femur, you're going to rotate your body in Tadasana over that femur. Keeping the Tadasana with your whole body, including your left leg. Breathe. Good. And then let's come back up. Leg back to neutral, and then release it. Good. Just check in with your quads. How are they feeling? What do the quadriceps feel like right now? Good. And then from the back of your mat, take a big step forward with your right leg. Big step, okay? Find yourself, lean forward, almost fall. Come on, get out of balance. Bring yourself back. Push back through your back heel. Push, 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 almost fall. Bring yourself back. Lean over to the right side and back. Left side and back. Now find the spot in the middle of those four places where you can rise up. Front knee is bent, not past the ankle. It can go over the ankle into this high lunge. Good. Slowly begin to take the hands down to either side of the mat. Your feet are on train tracks. They are not in front of each other. Train tracks. Your right foot is out to the side. Your left foot is back and out to the side. Good. Drop to your back knee. Bring your hands to your front knee. And then go ahead and rest the elbow on that knee for a minute. Just rest the elbow. Reach back and see if you can hold that foot, that leg. See if you can kind of rest a little while you're feeling the sensation in your left quadricep. Good. And then release the leg. Good. Come forward. And keeping the weight in your hands, put the weight fully in your hands, not anything else. Let your front knee come out a little bit, just to get the sensation. But the weight is not in the knee, it's in the hands. In the hands and the shoulders. Your knee can come as far as the tip of your toes, but with the weight in the shoulders, not in the knee. And then begin to take the knee back, stack it over the ankle, come back up, all the way up. Good. Let's stand back up and then a step forward and come back. Good. Take a nice inhale and then exhale, left leg forward. Good. Again, lean front, almost fall. Lean back. Oh, push through the heel. Lean out to the side. Oh, other side. Okay, get those train tracks all lined up. Pull the hips in, lift the pelvic floor, pull in the belly. Find yourself stable, knee over ankle, and then rise up with the arms. Good. Finding this beautiful lunge. Vajrasana, flag pose. Back heel is up, all the way up. And then float the arms down. Either side of the mat. Remember, train tracks, train tracks. Good. Drop to the back knee. Bring the hands to the front knee. Just drape the arm over. And then reach back. See if you can hold up. Grab your pant leg. Grab your ankle, grab anything you can grab. Our quads are often so tight. This is not going to make them not tight. You're going to have to go to some somatic movement for that. But this is going to make you realize where your edge is. Good, drop it. And then reach both hands out. Press into your hand. I've got my fingertips cupped because I want really tall hands right now to hold the whole pressure of my shoulders coming forward and my knee coming forward and dropping in my pelvic basket a little bit, still engaged, but toward the floor. Good. And then restack the knee over the left ankle. Good. Bring the hands to the front knee. Great. Let's come off the back knee. Reestablish our lunge. Take a nice inhale. And let's exhale to the front. Good. Find Tadasana. Close your eyes. Take a standing Shavasana, a corpse pose. Relax your pelvic floor, your belly, your shoulders. Check in with that jaw. Can you let your lower jaw go? Where's your breath? Good. Take a nice inhale. And then as we exhale, start to spread the feet apart a little bit. Just walk them apart. We're going to come down into a squat. Good. And then from that squat, in a moment, we're going to go to kneeling. So just for you to have that in mind. So from the squat, we're going to kneel. So for just a moment, little twist here, opening out to the left. Come back. Opening out to the right. Come back. Those of you who like binding and want to try binding, open out to the left. Put your fingers, put your thumbs up, hitchhiking. Then dive the thumbs toward the front, way down, back of the hands down. Just reach and see if you've got anything around your back, the back and the leg. So you've got the leg in. It's called rosary. This is my lesson. If you don't do the arms, it's not a rosary. It's just a squat. Good. Take an inhale. And then exhale, release. And then other side. Open out to the right. Take the hitchhike thumbs, dive them down, back of the hands down, reach around, hold on to the left leg. Just see if you have anything back there to hold on to. Opening the heart and the chest out to the right side. And then on your next exhale, release it. Good. And then we're going into kneeling. Good. So I want you to think about bridge pose for a moment, okay? So when we're doing bridge pose, it's the same as camel pose. And so for a moment, I want us to think about doing our bridge pose here, upright, okay? So we're just gonna think about how we make that bridge. So we're down, our feet are on the floor, our shoulders are on the floor, right? And so, but nothing happened here. This just stayed stable. All of my back bending came from my thoracic spine, okay? So you should be facing me. I don't want you looking to the side, okay? So let's face one another. Root down through your knees. Place your hands on your legs. Good. Roll your shoulders up, back, down. That should have grown your fingers down your legs another inch or two. Good. And then exhale, root down through your knees. And inhale, just begin to show your sternum toward the ceiling. Keep your head looking at me, sternum toward the ceiling. And on your next exhale, come up. Good. Two more. Inhale. As the chest rises, lean back on it and exhale, come forward. You can keep your hands on your legs or you can just let them hang. Inhale. When the chest begins to fill with air, rest on it. Exhale, come back. Good. And then just drawing the arms together, squeeze the palms down. Squeeze the knuckles. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, same thing, just squeeze the arms. Don't move your hips. Exhale back. Upper body only. Inhale. Exhale back. One more. Inhale. Roll the shoulders back and down and exhale back. Good. Release the arms. Have a seat on your heels. Rest your hands. Good. And then cross the legs back behind you. Just cross your legs in the back. And then sit back and bring your legs forward. Good. So we're going to go to the floor. We're going to do one more psoas stretch. Okay? And then for those of us who can invert, we're going to invert. For those of us who don't invert, we're going to keep our bottom on the floor and put our legs up on something, right? And how far up your legs go depend. If you have high blood pressure or you have glaucoma, your legs are going to go up probably about a foot on the wall or maybe on the bottom of a chair. Just rest your legs there, okay? Everybody else, the bottom is also going up. We want the bottom, the Muladhara chakra higher up than Vishuddha chakra. So, okay? But first we're going to do our psoas release. So put your feet mat width apart, okay? So watch once if you don't know how I'm going to do this windshield wiper. You go, oh, I know windshield wiper. Do you? Wait and see, okay? So I'm laying down, taking an inhale. And as I exhale, I'm going to drop my knees over to the left, but I'm going to push my right knee a little toward the floor and arch my spine. And then come back. And then other side, pushing my left knee down toward the floor, arch the back, arch, 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 and back. Okay? So lie down if you're not there already. Take a nice inhale. And as you exhale, begin to drop your knees over to the left, arch the spine, push the right knee a little closer toward the floor, feel the psoas, and bounce back. Exhale, other side. Push the right knee down to the left knee down to the floor, arch the back. And come back one more time on either side, but be sure you arch your spine, press the shoulder down into the mat. And back into neutral. And then those of us who are inverting, you might have a block. You might just be using your hands. And you might not be inverting. You might just be doing this, which is fine for everyone. Feet can be a little bit lower if you'd like. You can even bend your knees and put your feet like this. This still helps the lymphatic drainage of your body. So either with your bottom on the floor if you're on your menstrual cycle or have any eye pressure problems. Anyone else is welcome to come up onto the block or onto your hands for Viparita Karani Mudra, or your own personal inversion, whatever it may be, handstand, headstand, shoulder stand, or just mountain pose, downward facing dog. That's another great inversion. Breathe and rest. Bringing your awareness into the breath, into the body. Slowly beginning to release your legs one at a time. And then in whatever pose you decided upon, slowly making your way down to the floor. If you come off of your block and come back down, do it gently. Just be still for a moment. And then finding yourself in Shavasana for just a moment or two. Stretching out your legs, not feeling that you're trapped by the mat. Wherever you are on the floor is perfect. Arms are below the heart. Shoulders underneath the body. Just relaxing. Relaxing muscle to bone. Feel the warmth of the body, relaxing the muscles. Letting your face relax, the space between the eyebrows. The space around your mouth. Surrendering completely to the floor. And then slowly and gently bending your knees, placing your feet firmly on the floor. Lift your hips off and shake them out a little. Shift them over to one side away from me. And then drop your knees toward me. Begin to roll over that upper side all the way over, curling up in embryo pose. And then slowly begin to press the floor away. Spiral yourself up gently. And then begin to find a comfortable seat again. Good. Just sitting for a moment with the asana, with the postures, with the poses. Notice the change in the body, the physical body, the mind, the memory. And your spirit, your soul, your true being. Just letting the asana do its magic on the body, on the breath, on the mind. We're going to move into a mudra, Adi Mudra, which is the mudra of Garabdasan. It goes with the embryo pose. It's your first mudra that you did in the womb, where you curl in your thumb and roll your fingers around. And then press them firmly into your legs or your lap, wherever it feels best. So just feeling the mudra for a moment, your first mudra. This is a pratyahara. This is a beginning to withdraw the senses. Just feeling Adi Mudra, Gara Mudra. Notice your breath. Don't change it, just notice it. And keeping this mudra, we're going to move into a pranayama. It's a counted breath. We'll inhale for 4 counts, hold for 3. Exhale for 6 counts and hold for 3. So I will count it. So don't hold the breath forcefully. Hold it as if you were holding Garab, holding an embryo, holding a tender, tiny little baby. So keeping the breath softly held, not forcefully held, okay? So a nice, gentle holding of the breath. Refirm your mudra. Exhale the breath all the way out. Chest breath. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3. X, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3. One more. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3. Normal breath pattern. Falling into the normal breath. Notice body, breath, mind. No control to the breath at all, just letting the breath softly and shallow be breathed by the universe. Letting the universe breathe you. Release the mudra for just a moment. Backs of the hands to the legs, palms very open. Good. And then we're going to do this one more time, firming up the mudra, drawing in the thumbs, wrapping the fingers around them. A gentle wrapping, and then palms facing down. Knuckles can touch in the lap or out on the legs facing down, wherever you have the mudra. Good. So the inhale is into the chest. The belly stays stable this whole time. The diaphragm is spreading and you're doing bucket handle breathing. And you're holding the breath gently, ever so gently, as if it were a tiny, tiny baby. Exhaling the breath all the way out, preparing. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3. Final one. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just letting the whole drift. Taking a breath in whenever you need it, a soft, shallow, uncontrolled breath. Releasing the mudra, placing the backs of the hands on the legs. Watch the body, watch the mind, watch the breath. We're going to move gently into meditation, so making any small, minor adjustments to your seat, keeping as still as possible. Letting the index finger and the thumb curl together. Don't press them, just if they curl, fine. If they don't touch, fine. The intention of Gyan Mudra, the mudra of wisdom. Our meditation this morning is going to be on the 3 bodies. Noticing your physical body, Stula Sharira. The floor upon which the body sits to support you. Imagining 5 elements in the body: air, space, water, fire, earth, water, space, air, fire, all of the elements playing out, creating these physical bodies. Repeating to yourself silently and gently the mantra, Hum Sa, Hum Sa. I am that. I am. Keeping the mind focused as it drifts, bring it back to the mantra, silently repeating, Hum Sa, Hum Sa. Gently letting the mantra go and bringing your awareness to Sukshma Sharira, the subtle body, our energetic body, the body made up of nadis, meridians, energy channels, the body that holds our latent impressions, our memories, our samskaras, the body that holds our desires and our wants, the body that holds our possibility to moksha, to liberation. Repeating silently the mantra, so hum, that I am. So hum. As the mind wanders, gently bringing it back. So hum. Gently letting go of the mantra and bringing yourself in the Karana Sharira, our causal body. It came into existence once with creation and holds our soul throughout eternity. Repeating to yourself silently the mantra, Om, Om, Om. Ever so gently letting go of the mantra. Releasing the mudra. allowing your body to come back fully into your room, into our space of ether that we share together right now. Bringing the hands into the heart. Any merit we may have earned this morning, we lift it up to the welfare of all sentience. Find a prayer for someone, something, yourself, anyone, a prayer. Fill it in your mind, form it completely. And then letting it slip out of your mind, down into your heart, out of your heart, into the palms of your hands, symbolically lifting it up and just letting it go out into the universe, out into ether, space, akash, bringing the hands back. Hari Om Tat Tat. Namaste. I'm coming to you. And looking forward to our discussion, to our talk about the three bodies. Let me fix it where you can talk. Okay. Now everyone can mute or unmute him or herself. And I just want to go to gallery view so that I can see you beauties. Hi, good morning. Hi, Maggie. Hi, Mary. Hi, Nayana. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Juliet. Hi, Jean. Well, I guess I'll stop. Hi, Jose. Jean, another Jean. Hi, Martha. So nice to see you. And then I see a bunch of other names, but those people, I actually see their shining faces. So nice to have you. Good morning. Let's see. Well, there's a couple of chats. Oh, good. They're just thank you chats. Good. So any questions about anything? First, I want to remind you that tomorrow is the end of April and it's the last day that I'll be giving classes in April. But in May, I'll be giving classes twice a week on Tuesdays in Spanish, in Español. You're welcome to join. You can just follow along like a lot of my Spanish speaking students do when they come to Panza Verde, and the class is in English. So you're welcome to come to the Tuesday Spanish class. You might even learn a few Spanish words. And of course, Thursday, I'm going to teach our regular class in English. And for those of you who go, oh no, what am I going to do those other days? Well, you're going to open a video of one of these days that are on the YouTube channel and look at those and do some of those and begin to experiment on your own personal practice. You know, we've talked about personal practice. That's the important part, is that you keep going without me, that you only come to me for inspiration and because you like hanging out with me, but not because you don't have a practice without me, right? So even if your practice, we've talked about this, swinging your feet over the floor, putting your hand to the heart. Thank God I woke up this morning. Thank God there's another day which I can be and follow my dharma, my duty, my sacred righteous duty, right? So anything that's a practice, you just have to call your practice. You have to say your practice. You have to repeat your practice. You have to live your practice. And the more you take it off the mat and into the world, better is the practice. Much better is the practice. You know, who cares if you can do pranayama and you're an asshole? Really? Who cares, right? So who cares if you can put your knee back around your neck and push yourself up into a whatever kind of pose and you're a jerk? Who cares? So we have to remember that it starts with the yum and the niyam, with not harming, being truthful, not stealing, not being greedy, not using your sexual powers unwisely. It means being clean, having a clean room, a clean space, a clean everything. It means tapas, which is being able to withstand some hard things every once in a while, those challenging things in life, the tapas. It means self-study, looking at one another and helping each other. And it certainly also means nowhere else to go, surrender to God. The Yoga Sutras say, if you don't know what else to do, oh, that was from Canada, bravo. Another one, Nancy's from Canada too. She's from the other side. They're from the BC side, and Nancy's from the Ontario side. It said my connection was stable. I'm going to repeat that. Nancy's from the Ontario side, and other is from the BC side, where our Salt Springs Center is, from Mount Madonna. That's wonderful. Thank you, Adrian, for joining us. That's wonderful. Yeah, so Ishvara Pranidhan, that's where I was. So just remember, when Patanjali is talking about the Yoga Sutras, he gives you, these practices. Like the first ones are, Kriya Yoga, Tapas, Svadhyaya, self-study, and Ishvara Pranidhan, surrender to God. And then he's going to end up giving you all 8 limbs, of the yoga, the Ashtanga system: Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. And then finally it just says, and you know what? If you can't do any of those, because whatever, just do Ishvara Pranidhan. Just do surrender to God. That's plenty. If you can just manage that every day, everything else will fall into place. And I found that's probably the best advice I've ever had in my life. Just to surrender and let go. Any questions about the practice? What about the pranayama with the holes? Was that okay? You held gently and nobody felt hyperventilated? Everybody felt good? Yeah? Good. Okay.
Inge,
Yes, ma'am.
morning.
Huh?
Can you talk a little bit about the mudra that we did today?
Yes, Adi. It's just it's called also Garab mudra, which is the mudra of being in the womb. Like apparently, supposedly in the scriptures, the first mudra was when you did this, curled up in the womb, right? When you were in the womb. And I don't know, for those of you who have ever suffered trauma, which I'm sure we all have, but I have found that one of the things that I have to do for myself when I'm super upset or nervous, or there's some trauma going on in my life, like someone dying or something like that, I'll find myself doing that, and my wrist hurts so badly that I have to at night put my hands under a pillow, so that I don't do that mudra and stay all night in that mudra and wake up with sore wrist. So I can definitely see how it could be the first mudra that our physical bodies ever did. But it really is to control the breath, because when we go back into that mudra of Garam, of Adi, then the physical body really just kind of drops back into that state, and we can focus on the breath. So it's a breath changer, doing that mudra while you're doing pranayama.